We're going to have Martin Freeney, who is the creator of Earthship Iron Bank. So Martin, he designs Earthships for Earthship Eco Homes and teaches sustainable design at the University of South Australia. His PhD involved life cycle assessment and energy modeling of passive solar design homes to better understand what design features are suitable for sustainable homes in Australia. So aside from creating an Australia first here, he's also bringing that into the academic world with all this testing. So we really appreciate Martin being here with us today to talk about his passion project. There you go.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Martin Freeney, and this is Earthship Iron Bank, Australia's first council approved Earthship. It's going to be a bed and breakfast, opening soon, almost finished. It's only been 7 years in the making. And also be sort of multi-purpose teaching space for permaculture courses, Earthship courses, and a yoga studio. So this presentation is going to just sort of cover some of the unusual Earthship building processes and design features. This is a little floor plan. You can see on the left an entry where all the batteries and inverters and things are. It's off the grid, so hence the batteries. There's a greenhouse with the planter in the front, bathroom at the end of the greenhouse, and the everything room, which is bed, kitchenette, dining room kind of thing. So it's just a little Earthship. One of the unusual things about the construction of this building is that it's been built mainly with volunteers who frankly haven't got a clue about how to build something, but one of the great things about Earthships is that the construction techniques are very simple and quick to learn. So here you see volunteers enjoying lunch up near the straw bale house. Here you see volunteers dressed in drag. Here you see us kicking back enjoying campfire at the end of a hard day's tyre pounding. Which brings me to the tyre walls, building with waste and earth. So this is Michael Reynolds, the Earthship guru from America, an architect who decided he was going to do something with this waste material. We started just sort of quite randomly, actually, without any council approval. Got Mike up one day, we just started pounding tyres with 25 UniSA students. That kind of continued on and on for many years, actually. It's quite a labour-intensive process. But my mate Sam, who's in the middle there and in the crowd tonight, he's started a company called Earth and Tyre. They use pneumatic rammers to pound the earth into the tyres. That makes it a lot quicker and actually more reliable. The walls don't settle as much and that kind of thing. Here you see a tyre wall with some formwork on the top. You put a concrete beam on the top of the tyre wall to make it super strong. To resist the forces of the earth behind it, because it all gets backfilled, providing thermal mass and stable indoor temperatures. That's a rendered tyre wall there with a little ferro cement vault in the back that's insulated with hempcrete. In fact, it's quite an experimental building, trying all sorts of weird and wonderful things. And this, of course, is why we're building with tyres, because they're a diabolical kind of waste product of our industrial society. We could actually build about 40,000 Earthships a year in Australia alone with all the waste tyres. I think that's about half the homes we build each year in Australia, roughly. Ferro cement vaults and green roof, which is quite a bushfire-proof roof. We are in a really high bushfire danger area in the Adelaide Hills. Here you see volunteers tying mouse wire onto the rebar frame, which we call a bird cage. And there you see the bird cage actually on the tyre wall and all the rebar prepped for a concrete pour for that bond beam. Here you see us propping that bird cage, getting the right shape to the vault. That shape is inherently very strong. So you don't actually need a lot of concrete up there to resist the forces of the earth roof that we've put on top. That's the first spit coat, we call it, just a cement mortar that goes onto the mouse wire, all propped quite heavily, finishing coat of the cement render. And here we've actually topped that vault with about 15 tonnes of earth to make it flat. And here we're putting some polystyrene insulation on. Everyone was writing their, good wishes, whatever on there, drawing alien heads and things. And here we're celebrating the finish of building that roof. We topped it with gravel, and that was a photo taken today. And that acts as a really good filter for rainwater, and as I said previously, really bushfire resistant. And that little box at the back is where all the water drains into, just feeding rainwater tanks. It's sort of off-grid with water as well as energy. Another unusual thing about it is the bath. This is Claire building the bath. You can see there in her hand she's got more building materials. And basically cement mortar, cans, and here, sort of years later, more wonderful volunteers putting Tadalact on the bath. Tadalact is an ancient Moroccan waterproof finish, which is sort of an alternative to tiling. So that's what's happening there. That's the finished bath. Earth floors. Here you see the gravel subfloor for the earth floor. Earth floors are probably the most sustainable floor you can do, probably. And that gravel stops water from sort of wicking up into your floor. And there you see road base on top of the gravel, and then the adobe or cob earth, sand and straw mixture, or clay, sand and straw. And here, this is not a spill, this is putting some linseed oil on the floor to seal it, waterproof it. The bottle walls, they're kind of just for fun. Here you can see planning out a pattern for a bottle wall. It's basically two bottles with the necks chopped off and sticky taped together to make a brick module. And there's the bathtub and the shower. Bottle wall by night. The greenhouse, some framing, some Sam testing the planter, the grey water planter, bananas, more bananas. And this is the valve that I actually had to remove because SA Health didn't like me using grey water inside. Batteries, inverters, and the earth tubes, which bring in sort of passive air conditioning year round. And I'm running out of time, but that's the earth tube cupboard. They're the earth tubes inside. And there's some of my great graphs showing how wonderfully it's performing. That's it.